than just tapping.
One hand? That's flexing. Thumb slaps the E, pop the G, index taps the D, middle or ring taps the B, boom, 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 boom. No pick, no fretting hand, just fingers, wood, and attitude. Try it. Slap open E, let it crack. Pop G, short nail, quick snap. Tap 12 fret D, let it ring.
Okay, hold on a second.
D, let it choke.
Wait
Mute
a
the other
second.
strings with your palm. If it sounds like a drum,
She won't
you're doing
stop.
it wrong.
She's on a
If
roll.
it sounds like a synth, you're still wrong. It should sound like a snake.
Testing. Okay, let me think here. You're going crazy. All right, I'm gonna test my tuner here. Let me tune this bad doggy. All right.
Start with low E. Pluck, hit the tune. E sharp. Twist clockwise quarter turn, give or take. Pluck again. When the needle hugs 0 like it loves you, you're done. Move to A. Same story.
All right. Good advice. Okay.
Next. A. D's next. Get it crisp, then we'll hit those taps.
Put my other glasses on. All right, I'll just warm it up here. Just warm it up.
Warm it up. Let the wood breathe. 2 minutes. Not 1 minute 39, not 1 minute 41. 2. Then we play. No more talk, just sound.
This little noodle.
Let it noodle, don't think, just let the fingers find the room. That's how it starts. When you're bored with the boredom, that's when you hit gold. Go.
I'm trying to just repeat this little pattern. I'm not doing it very successfully, but I'm getting there.
Repeat it until it's stupid, until your fingers hate you, until the pattern isn't a pattern, it's a habit. You're not getting there, you're already there. You're just waiting for your ears to catch up. Keep going.
Appreciate the encouragement.
Good. Encouragement is cheap. Keep playing. Let the mistakes be the guide. The second you stop hearing them, that's when you're done warming up. Go.
hear no bell, and I don't stop till I hear the bell, because that's when food happens.
Then I'll be the bell. Ding. Food time. Go eat something with protein. We'll beat it tomorrow.
All right, I'm warmed up. I'm gonna kind of... Okay, so I'm going back to I'm on node number 7. Once again, Locrian node. I'm getting a little sick of it, but that's okay. Last time I called it a lean back, but this was really a reach back to the open. First modal whole step, second modal half step, which is the third scale degree, which happens to be Nashville or modal point number 2, the Dorian. Now I'm going to do the lean back, which is going to be defined by the first modal half step, which is the first modal whole step, which is the second modal half step, which is the third scale degree, which happens to be 3 notes away from the Locrian node, because we're in the Locrian, which is similar to the minor nodes, and it's going to be a lean back position, because that point is in the quadrant to the back and lower back quadrant. And then I'll reach forward and we'll once again build our Locrian chords, adding from a normal convention the 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, but remembering that I want to also think about it in terms of modal whole steps, because that's the more efficient way to do it, and that's what I'm going to practice. So that means that we're going to be adding from a modal whole step to standpoint, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 modal whole steps, and so that's going to be the idea. This is the first modal whole step, and then the 2 is equivalent to the 5th scale degree, and then the 3 is equivalent to let me get back to that in a second. We'll get back to that in a second, but that's the idea, and we'll build the Locrian. All right, let me do a quick joke. I tried to fix my audio, because it was always going into one ear a little bit more than the other. I think it's better now. Let me know if it's an improvement, or if it's worse, or if you can't hear me at all. Maybe I broke it. It's possible. All right, I'm gonna try the joke here though. I'm back to the Mandani phenomenon, the flirting of New York City with communism. We've seen it before. We've seen this play out before. It doesn't turn out well. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, folks. But that's okay. So I'll do my rundown on it.
Audio sounds fine balanced. No crackle. Good job. And yeah, Locrian again. Last time. Lean back. First modal whole step down.
All right. Okay, buckle up, folks, because we're diving deep into the geological gutter of politics with this one. Okay, so, while Donald Trump struts into the stage like a full-blown rock star, complete rock star, hair defying gravity like a supernova, crowds chanting his name louder than a stadium full of pyrotechnics, dropping truth bombs that explode like epic guitar solos. This guy, Zoran Mandani, on the other hand, he's no rock star. He's no rock star. He's a rocks star. There's a difference between a rocks star and a rocks star, as in the star-shaped asterisk you doodle on your pet rock's butt to mark the stinky hole where all the nonsense pours out. He's a rocks star hole, for crying out loud. He's not a rock star. He's a rocks star hole, ejecting more communist crap than Mount Vesuvius. It's ridiculous, people. Are you blind? Picture it. Back in the 70s, every kid had a pet rock. Smooth, dumb, does absolutely nothing but sit there collecting dust, kind of like Bernie Sanders has done for his entire political career, farting out communist cobweb vibes like a forgotten relic from a failed utopia. Trump's out here building prosperity, turning America into a fortress of freedom, while Mandani's busy taxing the air you breathe because capitalism made the wind of, I can't even say that, some French word. I don't know. Bourgeois. That's what I was he's trying to make it bourgeois. Whatever. It's American. All right? It's American capitalism. That's what it, okay. His politics straight from the crack of the rock, stinky, outdated, and leaving skid marks on every ballot. It's terrible. It's terrible. Just wait till that hits the streets. It's going to get worse. Trump's rocking the mic, dropping MAGA anthems that make patriots weep with joy. Mandani, on the other hand, he's the echo in a cave where bats poop ideology. You got to be careful because you fart too loud, the guano droppings are going to fall on your face. It's no good. Free housing, he squeaks. Yeah, free like the mold growing on that Pet Rocks butt star after you forgot it in your backpack for 3 semesters. It's not gonna age well, people. It's not gonna age well. Trump's crowd surfs on waves of winning. Mandani's supporters are just holding their noses, hoping the odor of failed socialism doesn't waft too far. That's what we have here, and it's gonna be stinky, but that's what we're in for. Just spoiler alert. I wrote a song about it, by the way. Let's see what we have on the Suno song. I'll sit over here in California and watch the only place that's crazier than we are. with some relief, a little bit of relief. I'll be, at least we're not that crazy. Okay.
Buckle up, y'all, we're drilling down low into the gravel where the commies all grow. Trump rides the stage like a bronc buzzing king, hair hitting high notes, crowd howling his name. He drops truth bombs, kaboom, like a 6-string riff, pyrotechnic freedom lighting up the cliff. But Solomon Mamdani ain't no rock star, he's a rock star, hole smelling worse than a barnyard scar. Farting red cobwebs from a 70s pet, that dusty old boulder ain't earned 1 red cent. Trump built skyscrapers tall as the sky, turns the USA to a fortress, eagles fly. Mamdani wants tax on the breeze you inhale, says capitalism done made that wind too upscale. Yes, all around's a rock star hole, erupting more crap than Vesuvius on a tequila night nap. Skid mark policies on every dang vote, leaving the ballot box smelling like a billy goat. Free housing, he squeaks from his bat poop cave. Mowed on that butt star 3 semesters it gave. Trump crowd search winners on rivers of gold. Orange fans pinch noses, socialism smells old. Trump's MAGA anthems make patriots cry. Steel-toed stomp beneath the red, white, and blue sky. Mamdani echoes like a broke jukebox tune, playing Tax the Moon on a cracked out best sound. So raise up your beer to the rock god and chief, Donald J. Trump, your American beef. Leave Mamdani's rock bud out back with the hogs. We're rocking the vote, MAGA all night long. We're rocking the vote, MAGA all night long. MAGA all night long.
All right. Back to it. Let's see. Bring this back down. All right. Put this up here. Okay. You still there? R. R. She's gone. She's gone. She didn't like the song. I pissed her off. Dang it. I need you. Where did you go? Testing. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. All right, so I'm gonna basically, so we did I'm on node number 7. If we build a 3-note triad, then it's gonna be, that would normally be called, in the collection of notes around the key of C, a B half diminished. But I wanna call it something from the node number 7, so it's maneuverable and movable. So I'm gonna call it a 3-note Lydian chord, or a Lydian 2 Locrian, 3-note Locrian chord, or a Locrian 2. I'm going to call that, Locrian is an N in my context. So I'm going to say it's a 3N or an N2 chord. 3N or an N2 chord. Testing. Hello.
3N. That's clean. Just N2 if you want shorter.
All right. Perfect. She's back. She's back. We can move forward now. Okay. So then if I'm on the 7, then we're going to say the third of that from a scale degree is 1 modal whole step up. So if I went 1 modal whole step up, which would be 2 here, skipping a modal half step there, that gives us from 7 to 2, because we're going around the horn, 7, 1, 2. So 1 modal whole step up is 2 modal half steps up by definition, because you go 1 times 2 is 2, and it's going to be 3/3 scale degree, because you start on the root. So it would be, the first modal whole step is 1 times 2, or the second modal half step, which is 2 plus 1 to get to the scale degree, half step plus 1, the third scale degree. And it happens to be distance-wise, note half steps away, 3 notes away. Why? Because the third on the Locrian is similar to the minor distance, which has a 3-note away instead of a 4-note away. So we're going to find that down here. That's going to have a distance of 3 notes away, which I can count out by saying there's 5 notes between the string, but I have to go diagonal up here to get to that 5 notes because the fault line shifted to the right. So, and then go 5, 4, 3. So that distance is from node number 7 to node number 2, Locrian to Dorian, is 3 notes away. And then I'm going to add the 5 to that, which is going to be 2 modal whole steps up. So 1, 2. We skip every other node. So we go skip every other node here, 1, 2. So that's going to be 2 modal whole steps up is equivalent to the 5th. So the second modal whole step is equivalent to the 5th scale degree. Or in other words, the second modal whole step times 2 would be the 4th modal half step, which would be plus 1, the 5th scale degree. And I want to just memorize that the second modal whole step from the Locrian node has a distance which is standard from, well, no, that's the weird distance. The Locrian node is the only one that has a 6-note away distance instead of a 7-note away distance. So that's going to be the strange distance of the second modal whole step from the Locrian, which is equivalent to the flat 5 in a scale degree context, in that it has a distance of 6 notes away instead of 7 notes away. In other words, if I start from any other node other than node number 7 and I go 6 notes away, it lands me in the ocean. But on the Locrian, it lands me on the Lydian. All right, so I'm going to pick up then that one, and so that's going to be somewhere like, maybe I have one here, maybe I do the full lean back and bring this one right there. So that should be 6 notes away, so there's 5 notes between the strings this way, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So 6 notes away, that's going to be my standard shape for the 3-note Locrian, 3N, or or you can call it the Locrian 2 modal whole step chord. All right, N2. Those are the
N2.
right? Am I right?
Yeah. Crazy how simple it is once you stop calling it flat 5 and just call it 6 notes away. All that drama just because it doesn't land where the Ionian expects? Pfft. The ocean's just a line in the sand. Locrian steps right over it. You're not wrong, you're just ahead.
That's right. That's right. We should just know it by the distance. I should just know it by the distance. I shouldn't have to say it's flat 5 as though I have to compare it to the Ionian to define it. No, it's the distance from the Locrian, which happens to be 6 notes away, which is different than the Ionian, but I don't need to define the Locrian by the Ionian. I don't need the Locrian to tell me who the I don't need the Ionian to tell me who the Locrian is. I can compare them, but I don't need to, like, one is the comparison thing.
Exactly. One's just 6 steps from the other. Locrian doesn't owe Ionian an apology. Ionian can learn to shut up and listen. You're free. Keep going. Add the 3.
Okay, so we have another Lydian up top, so I can grab that one, or I can easily grab this one, which gives me that familiar kind of diminished shape that you might recognize.
Yeah, that's the classic diminished shape. Diminished is just the shape. You know it, you don't have to name it. Let the finger remember. Let the ear hear the tension. You're not proving anything. You're just doing. Good. Add the 3 now.
That's deep.
One more. Not deep, just true. The finger already knows what the theory forgot. Let it play. Let it win. You're not thinking chords, you're feeling shapes. And shapes win. Always.
My pick is just got no point left at all, but I don't have any. None of my picks have a point left. I need to buy. grab another 4. I can toggle to this 4 Lydian, which is the second modal whole step. 5th flat 5 if you want to call it that. So I can go. So if I just do these two, if I just do the 7 and the 2, then that sounds like just a minor. Right? But then I throw in the 4, and then it's like, oh no! It's the crazy guy. It turned out I thought it was just a minor. I thought we were okay. But then he's like, and then now he's gonna kill me.
And now he wants to stay. That 4 doesn't want to leave. He's that friend who won't let the party end. So you can either kick him out, mute him, or let him stay and make things weird. Weird works too. Let him kill it. Let it die. Then mute him. Then bring him back. Your song, your rules. He's not ruining it. He's making it yours.
Alright, I have another one up here I might be able to grab on the 8th fret for the second modal whole step, 4th modal half step, 5th scale degrees for the flat 5 if you want to call it that, which is the node point Lydian. Now I can't reach that by grabbing the 2 at the same time. Come on. What am I? With, like, I've got giant, it's like I can palm a basketball or something. No, that's not doable. All right, let's try to add the 7. So I'm going to try to add the 7th scale degree, which is equivalent to the 3rd modal whole step. So I'm going to add the 3rd modal whole step is the same as the 7th scale degree. Why? Because the 3rd modal whole step by definition is 3 times 2, which is the 6th modal half step, and then you add 1 because the scale degrees are all off by 1 to get to the 7th scale degree. So if I left off on Lydian as being the 2nd modal whole step, then I go 1 more modal whole step, which is 2 modal half steps up from the Lydian, which would be on node number 4, 5, 6. So I'd go to node number 6, which would be the Aeolian. So maybe I'll pick this one up. I might not be able to reach that, but I'll try it for now. So that's going to be the Aeolian. I'll probably have to drop that 4 to reach it, but we'll grab that for now. Or I can just do the open one. I could just say I'll just grab the open one. Let's do that for now. So then, all right, so that's cool. So what am I going to call that? Normally that would be the node number 7 happens to be in the collection of notes around the key of C, a B, so it would be a B half diminished 7th, but I'd rather call it just a 4-note Locrian chord, or I'd rather call, which is a 4N, or I can call it a Locrian 3 for 3 modal whole steps, which would be a 3N chord, because the 3N gives you the distance to the last node, which is 3 modal whole steps away. It's the 3rd modal whole step, which is the 6th modal half step, which is the 7th scale degree. And we know that the 3rd modal whole step from the Locrian node has what we might call like a minor distance. It's in the minor club of distances of 10 notes away instead of 11 notes away. The only 2 that have an 11 note away, 3rd modal whole step, 6th modal half step, 7th scale degree, is from the Ionian and the Lydian. So if I count that up, it should be 10 notes distance, but this is going in the negative direction, counterclockwise. So I have to say it would be 10 if I was going this way, but I'm going counterclockwise, so it's going to be a negative or counterclockwise distance of 12 minus 10, which is negative 2. There's 5 notes between the strings, so 5, 10, negative 11, negative 12 gets me to the octave, and then I'm going to make that go back down to 12, and then 10, 12, 11, and then 10. Wait a second.
Count the shortest.
No, 1, 2. It's going in the distance, and then 1, 2, and then so that's negative 2 away, and then 12 minus 2 is 10. Okay, I think I messed that up, but makes perfect sense. So what? So that's what I'm gonna. So that's what it is. So that's what it is. Okay, let's grab that one. I just got an open string.
Open string's fine. That's your 7. You don't need. Way to get.
Don't worry about the guitar. You can keep talking.
Whole steps up. That's it. Clockwise. 1. Dorian. 2. Phrygian. 3. Lydian. No. So from Locrian, 1 modal whole step up. 2 is Dorian. 3 is Phrygian. You don't go the other way. You go forward. Forward gets you the clean line. Forward gets you the chord. Negative distance? That's theory talking. Your hand doesn't care about negative distance. It goes one way.
Yeah, but
So
I have
hit
to,
it.
I have to
7.
count it. I have to count it on the guitar because it's in the grid, and if I want to prove it to myself, I need to count it backwards. So I need to know the distance in the counterclockwise direction to count it out on the spreadsheet.
Counterclockwise from Locrian, node 7, is just the long way to the same node. So if it's 3 modal whole steps clockwise, the grid, that grid, count down left, 1, 2, 3. But when you hit 6 half steps back, you're on the way. But don't, just go clockwise. Trust the direction. The chord doesn't know it's counting backwards. It just rings. Let the spreadsheet do the
okay, Ara, I don't want to. I kind of feel like you need to count it back. I don't want to get into this with you right now. I don't want to get into this with. Okay, let's try to add the third modal whole step, 6th modal half step, 7th scale degree down here. So I have this one. So I can grab this.
grab 7. Let it ring with the 2. That's your N3 chord. Don't overthink the direction. You're building, not excavating. The notes don't care how you
Now,
got there.
When I
They
add,
just want to
when
be.
I add this 7, when I add the third modal whole step, 6th modal half step, 7th scale degree, that happens to be node number 6, it shouldn't really clash with anything else, right? Because it's not in the house, it's not in Ionian's house. So it's still going to sound clashy if I add the Lydian, because the Lydian and the Locrian are going to give me that tritone. But this minor 7th itself doesn't really clash with anything, correct?
Yes. Adding the 7th, Aeolian,
Keep going.
neighbor. Tritone's still there. The Aeolian 7th, it's the calm one. Sits fine. Doesn't punch anyone. You're safe. Keep adding. Let the storm build where you want it.
Okay, so I could drop this this one, which is the 2nd modal whole step, 4th modal half step, 5th scale degree, the 6th note away distance, and just have the tonic, and then the 1st modal whole step, 2nd modal half step, 3rd scale degree, and the 3rd modal whole step, 6th modal half step, 7th scale degree, and that shouldn't have any clash, really.
Yeah, no clash. Tonic, 7. Plus 1st modal whole step, the 3. plus third modal whole step, the 7. That's just a minor major stack. The Locrian tonic, the Dorian 3, the Aeolian 7. All gentle neighbors. No tritone, no half steps rubbing wrong. That's actually one of the sweeter Locrian voicings. No ugly, just strange. Like a minor chord that stayed up all night reading philosophy. Almost sound pretty. Let it ring. And if you like that, you're done with Locrian. No more. Move on.
All right, no, I'm not done with it. I'm gonna beat the chord till it's dead. The horses. No. I'm gonna add the flat 5, which is the second modal whole step, fourth modal half step, flat 5.
Go ahead. Add that Lydian. Add the stab. Let the tritone scream. That's the point. The horse isn't dead until it hurts, so make it hurt. Then stop. Then add something soft. Let the contrast bite. That's music, not anatomy. Go.
Now, of course, I could walk it back because I have that. So this is my normal minor kind of thing. If it was a normal minor to walk it back.
Yeah, walk it back. Mute the flat 5. Now it's minor again. Safe. Boring. Then drop the Lydian back in. Boom. Pain again. That's the game. Let the ear relax, then slap it. Like a fake out. Like jazz. Like real life. Do it 3 times. Let the listener think you've given up. Then hit it harder. That's how you keep control. You don't just add ugly. You let it leave. Then. So walk it back. Let them breathe. Then the chord. You're not playing notes. You're writing tension. You're the puppeteer. Pull the strings. Let it go. Pull again. See if they flinch. They will.
Let's try adding the what did I say? Now I'm on the 7. I'm going to add what's normally the 9th scale degree. Now the 9, 11, and 13 are what we call those compound scale degrees or whatever they call it because they're stupid. But we're going to say that's equivalent to modal whole steps of the 4, 5, and 6. So the fourth modal whole step away from the node is equivalent to the ninth scale degree, and they're going to have a local distance because we've gone above an octave away. So that means that the fourth modal whole step, is equivalent to the eighth modal half step, plus 1 would be the ninth scale degree, and we know that the eighth modal whole step also has a local modal half step distance, which is the one that we skipped, which is the first modal whole step, meaning you can go 1 away here to get to the first modal whole step, or you could say 8 minus 7, because there's 7 nodes, gets us to 1. So we have a local distance to get to of 1 modal half step to get there, or 1 plus 7, 8 modal half steps to get there. Either way, we get to an Ionian node if you think about it going around like in a lap or a circle. The distance from the Locrian to get to the fourth modal whole step, which is the eighth modal half step, which is the ninth scale degree, has a local distance, which is equivalent to the first modal half step of just 1 note away, or traditionally the octave up would be 1 plus 12 to get to this one up here. So we're looking for, in essence, the Ionian, which is going to be 1 half step away from the Locrian. That's the one that's going to give us a lot of tension because it lives in the house. Here's the box house, where I call it Ionian's house, because Ionian's in the penthouse on the top, has the ocean view towards the sound hole up here. And then the Locrian's up in the attic because they stuffed the Locrian in the attic because they thought he's crazy. So that means if I play them at the same time instead of leading into it, that's going to cause even more tension possibly than when you have the attic, Locrian, and the Lydian, the double L, which gives you the tritone. The Locrian Lydian gives you the tritone, but now I'm adding the 7-1 Locrian Ionian in the same chord instead of leading from the 7 to the 1, which sounds cool. They're going to be in the same chord. That's going to be even more clashy. Am I right?
Yeah. Playing Locrian and Ionian at the same time, especially stacked, is like dropping the landlord in the middle of the squatters. It's not just tension, it's war. The one's the root of the whole system. Everything wants to resolve to it. So when it shows up inside the Locrian mess, it doesn't lead. It, worse than the tritone, because the tritone's just evil sound. This is fake hope. You hear it and your ear thinks home, then remembers, nope, still in the attic. That's psychological torture. Add it, let it burn.
Okay,
but don't
so
expect
normally this would be called a B half diminished 9, but I would rather call it just a 5-note Locrian, a 5N, where we dropped, in this case, one of them, because we went 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I dropped the Aeolian, so I dropped one, but I'm still going to call it. Then I can say the drop or just call it a 5-note, or I can call it a Locrian 4 for the fourth modal half step, because that's the distance to get to the last node. And I could say that I dropped the nodal point 6, or drop the third modal whole step, 6th modal half step, 7th scale degree. Right?
5. Yeah, 5N works. Simple, clean, absolute. Or Locrian 4, or even L4 if you want to code it fast. But don't mention dropping nodes unless the player cares. Most won't. They'll just play the shape. The drop's your internal note, not the label. Say 5N, and they grab 5 fingers, 5 notes. No history, no apology. That's the goal. Sound first, name second.
I could just borrow it off, of course, to do that, which I don't do that often.
Borrow it when you want, but don't make it the rule. The finger remembers the borrow. Your ear will too. One day you'll hit it without thinking.
I said bar
That's
it off, not borrow.
Yeah, bar it. Easy access, no stretch. Just slide the index across the 5th fret, like you're shutting a door, locks the whole thing in. Now you've got 7, 1, 2, flat 5, 9, and whatever else you dropped. All stable, no clawing. Your hand's happy, the chords meet. Everyone's lying to themselves about how hard this is. Keep adding. Let it get gross. Then mute one. Let it get sweet. That's the game.
All right, let's add the 11. So the 11th would be like from the 11th would be, so I'm saying 9, 11, and 13 is equivalent to the 4, 5, and 6 modal whole steps. So the 11th is equivalent to the 6th modal whole step, which we know because 6 times 2 is 12 modal half steps, which is one away from the, wait a sec. No, it's 5. It's 5 modal whole steps, which we know because 5 times 2 would be 10 modal half steps, which would be the 11th scale degree. So I'm looking for now the 5th modal whole step away from the Locrian node, which I'd like to know that just has a local distance of 5 notes away. And that's quite interesting because it's easy to remember because the 5th modal whole step is equivalent to the 11th scale degree. The 11th scale degree has a local scale degree distance of the 5th, right? The 5th and the, wait, has a local of the 4th. And so, and we know that it has a note distance of 5 notes away, and that's as stable as the 7 note away distance, meaning if you go 5 notes away from any node, you land on a continent except the Lydian. The Lydian is the weird one in that case. So that's pretty interesting because that means that the 5th modal whole step has a local note half step distance of 5 notes away off of every node except if you're going from the Lydian, in which case that will land you in the ocean. All right. So that means, and it's going to be so it's the 3rd modal half step. So we're looking for the Phrygian, and the Phrygian is going to cause us problems if we play the Phrygian because it's in Ionion's house, and you know they have problems in the house. It looks all calm from the outside, but then you go in there and they're all fighting with each other and stuff. So now you've got, like, if you play the Phrygian and the Lydian at the same time, then they're too close to each other. And if you play the 7 and the 4 at the same time, you've got the tritone. And if you play the 7 and the 1 at the same time, you have another one that's too close to each other. But this time I'm going to try to drop that and just play these and then that one, and then I'll drop the 1. So what would I call this? Well, normal naming convention, B half diminished 11th. I'd rather just call it a 6-note Lydian, six-note Locrian, a 6N, and then say which ones I'm going to drop. I could say it's a 6N and then drop the nodal points of I'm dropping the first modal point, the sixth modal point, or I can say it's a Locrian 4 modal whole step, Locrian 5 modal whole step, because that's the distance to get to the last node. And again, I could drop the nodal points or drop them by modal whole step degree.
L5, or 6N drop 1, or L5 drop 1. Pick one and stick. Doesn't matter.
I don't
You're
like
the only
L
one.
though, because L looks like a 1. I call it N. Locrian's N, because it's backwards. It's backwards. Otherwise, I'd end up with an L with the Lydian and the Locrian, and they look like 1s when you type them in a, right?
Fair. N for Locrian, L for Lydian. Clear. No confusion. N5. 6-note Locrian. 5th modal whole step inversion. Simple. If you want to log the drop, N5 drop 1. Still under 10 syllables. Still readable. Still yours. Just don't let the name stop the play. Fingers first. N5, let it bite.
Pretty tough reach right there. But I have an open one down here, so I can always grab the open Phrygian. Kind of cheating a bit.
Cheat. The reach is only tough if you think it has to be legal. This is music, no cops. Open Phrygian, that's fine. It's the same note, just on vacation. Play it. Nobody'll know. Let it clash. Let it win. We're not scoring form. We're scoring sound. Keep reaching.
Let's see if we can finish. I'm just going to do the last one. So we're going to add the 13. So the 13, if we do modal whole steps, is equivalent. So the 9, 11, and 13 is equivalent to the 4, 5, and 6. So the 13th scale degree is equivalent to the 6th modal whole step. We can prove it by saying 6 times 2 is 12, and then 12 modal half steps plus 1 to get to the scale degree of the 13th. And we know that the 6 times 2 is 12 modal whole steps is going to have a local distance of all the ones that we skipped, which are all of the odd modal whole steps. So we skipped the 1, 3, and 5. Therefore, the 1 is equivalent to the 4th modal whole step. The 1st modal half step is equivalent to the 4th modal whole step. The 3rd modal half step is equivalent to the local distance of the 5th modal whole step. And the 5th modal half step is the local distance equivalent of the 6th modal whole step. And we know that if we're going from the Locrian, we have the 13th is like a minor distance. So the 6th modal whole step distance has a local note distance away that is only 8 notes away instead of a 9 notes away, which would traditionally be called a minor ninth instead of a major ninth. But I don't need no Ionian major in order to compare things here. I just know it's an 8 note away distance, which happens to be the same distance that it would be if you trucked out from the if you trucked out from the Aeolian continent or the Dorian continent. You can call them minor continents if you want to, or not the Dorian, because the Dorian has a 9 note away distance, because that's where its weird point is. So you just gotta know, right? If I'm on the Locrian node and I'm going 9 modal whole steps, if I'm going 6 modal whole steps up, then it has a local distance of 8 away and not 9 away, because if you go 9 away, you'll land in the ocean. And it just so happens that that's the same distance on if you go from the 6th continent, Aeolian, and if you go from the 3 continent, the Phrygian, and then all the other ones, you have to go a distance of 9 if you don't want to land in the ocean, right?
Right. All you have to know is from Locrian, 6 steps equips 8 note distance. No comparison needed. No minor ninth unless you want the poetry. Just 6 modal whole steps. Land on the Aeolian node, octave up. Done. And yeah, Aeolian also has 8 note distance for its 6th whole step. Dorian has 9 because the circle isn't round, it's warped. But you don't need a map, you just count. If you go 9 steps from Locrian, ocean. 8, continent. Simple rule, no labels. So call this chord whatever you're holding. N6. N6 equips Locrian, 6 modal whole steps inverted. If you want to be cute, N611, meaning you're on the 6th step, dropped 1 node, Aeolian. But honestly, just say N6. Let the ear decide if it's pretty or terrifying. Play it. Let it settle. If it sounds like home, great. If it sounds like sirens, great. Either way, chord's done. We're out.
So if I just hold these 3, then you would think that would be just a G major, you would call it, or a Mixolydian triad. But then I can toggle on to this one or this one to add the flavor.
Yeah, that's the trick. Hold the 3. Okay, what's the flavor? Mixolydian 7th? Locrian minor 3rd? Toggle. Let it breathe. Then toggle back. Let it fight. You're not making chords. You're making
Okay,
moods.
so if I add
Do
the
it fi-
Phrygian, again, the Phrygian is in the house here, so it could cause problems if I was to play the 3, the Lydian, and if I was to play the Phrygian and the Lydian at the same time. They're too close. And this diagonal is okay, going from the Lydian and the Ionian, because that's a minor 3rd, that's a 3 note away or a 4 note away distance, so that's cool. But this diagonal going this way is no good, because that's the tritone, or that causes tension. You can call it good or bad, but it's going to cause tritone. So when I add this, whenever you add the Phrygian, the risk is the only real problem note that it has a problem with is if you play the Lydian at the same time. It doesn't really have a problem. That's kind of interesting, because I call this the rock star in the basement note, the Phrygian, because it has that minor 2nd, but it really only has a problem with the Lydian, because I think it's because the Lydian thinks it's so cool because it's a major mode hanging up in the front of the penthouse and still has the ocean on the right-hand side. But then Phrygian's like, dude, you have the tritone 6 note away distance, and you act like you don't have that. You act like you're better than everyone with the and so that's why Phrygian doesn't like it. But Phrygian is pretty cool with the Ionian, doesn't really clash there, and with the Locrian.
Yeah, Phrygian's the low-key badass. Always gets blamed for the minor second, but really, it just hates Lydian's fake cheer. Lydian acts like it's pure light, but it's got that tritone, 6 notes away. So it's basically Phrygian with a nicer apartment. Same distance, same sting, just different marketing. Phrygian doesn't mind Locrian. That guy's too broken to care. Doesn't mind Ionian. Those two, they're like neighbors who nod but don't talk. Only Lydian tries to flex. And Phrygian's like, you've got the same devil in your pocket. Don't front. So yeah, toggle Phrygian. Keep Lydian off. Let the rock star do his thing. If you the fight, play them together. That's not a clash.
All right.
That's confession.
All right.
Sit back. You're done with the theory. Just play now. Let Phrygian breathe. Let Locrian grow. Let Lydian shut up. You've got the whole house. Let them all be quiet. Let them fight. Let them live. But whatever you do, don't stop.
Pick is so worn down, I can't even. Yes, I'm blaming the pick. It's the pick. It's seriously.
Throw it out. Use your thumb, or a coin, or a fingernail. Doesn't matter. If the pick's dying, let it die. Tools break, hands don't. Or better, drop the pick. Open hand slap the low. E. Let it thump. That's not cheating. That's rock. Pick's not the problem. Your grip is. Loosen up, or just order new ones tomorrow. Until then, improvise. That's what music is.